Ha 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 ha. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. How are you guys doing? Try to laugh. Not good at that. But yeah, welcome everyone. Hello Nagy. Hello Odd. Hello Matthew. The non funny start. Hello everyone. How was your yesterday, which was Wednesday? How was your Wednesday? The rest of your Wednesday after the stream? There was not a lot of it, but you know, still something. And Nagy got the Regi, so that's pretty cool. How are you going to do things now, Nagy? Are you going to go ham and try to get the first place? Because it's still very possible. Or are you going to go slow and just try to get yourself the... Or you try to get yourself another Regi? Because if you get another Regi, that's pretty cool. But then he's going for Raikou, so that's 25 points if he gets Raikou. But it's 40 if you get another Regi. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. Typical redneck, it's better than I'm not laughing. Yeah, so we're here again for the classic Squirtle 2 weeks. It's gonna be fine. You're going for Regieleki, alright. If you're lucky, right? Maybe you go for a final ham if things go your way, maybe not. I like it. You tricked Nightbot. You made Nightbot believe that you were gonna get both, and you did get one already, so... that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Getting the shiny, that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. Alright. Alright. Let me focus. My brain is a little bit fried. I got a chair. An old one, but it's one that actually... You know, it actually works. I can show you the other one. I'll show you so you understand the issue that I was having. Give me just a second. Like this. The chair does not stay. Like, it is in this position all the time. It's in this position all the time. It's broken. Like, you cannot see, but this position is the chair in its, like, straight position, basically. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's... Damn. Hello, Din. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? That was double chair hype. Yeah, you're not getting that anymore, hopefully. This is the other chair. This is the chair that I used to use for videos and streaming. And it's kind of hard to sit on for too long. The other one was perfect. I don't know. I mean, it just broke on me. I mean, if they tell me that they will not cover the warranty of that one, I'll just have this one, I guess. Just get the same, but... I don't know. The other one was comfortable. This one... I mean, it feels comfortable now because I've been sitting on a broken chair for like 2 weeks or something. But right now... that... You know? Gotta go to the school any minute now. No worries, Nagy. Are you gonna be hunting for the Regieleki there? If you are, you're gonna get it there. I have a feeling. I'm gonna go to a performance festival. Street theater festival today as well. Nagy is like the profile picture. That's Nagy right there. Nagy is the one in the profile picture. We already been over this. Nah, it's fine. No worries. I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna show you a picture of Imaginarius. The international festival, international street theater festival. So stuff like this happens basically. Like, it's completely free. Like, completely free, and you just have to go to the city, and I'm going to the city. And then you have things like this happening. Like incredible, crazy, like incredibly talented people just doing some absolutely insane things. I've seen stuff there that I've been like, what the hell? Take your time, Nagy, take your time. And this happens like, you're just seeing it there live. You gotta find a place. Yeah, that is a very strong. That is a very strong Shiny Mega Gardevoir for sure. But it's crazy. It's really cool. I'll send some pictures. I will send some pictures to Discord for sure. I'm gonna be taking some pictures there. But like this was one. But there are a lot more. Like there's some simple ones. These are kind of you know, more like crazier ones and stuff like that. But you have some simpler ones, and some friends of mine actually have something going on there. And I want to go support them as well. Like you have things that are like, for example, this one is interesting. It's like someone, yeah, the picture is small, but yeah, it's like giant puppets and things like that. Like you have all kinds of weird street theater things. It's really cool. Like I don't live in the nowhere near one of the big cities in Portugal, or you know, like I don't live in the city anyway. But you get my point. I don't live that county. It's a county city. The municipality capital, I guess. It is not one of the biggest, but culturally, there's like a lot of things related to theater and music and art in general. It's incredibly cool. I don't go to everything because I don't have time, but there's just so much that is like either free or close to free that you can go to from all kinds of people. It's awesome, really awesome. How is a culture referred? That's kind of cool. It's basically a zoo for older people. Is that it? It's a nature reserve for older people. Tomorrow I'm home alone because my sister is going to a concert with my parents. The Toppers. I don't think I know them. I do not think I know them. Let me see that. Yeah, I do not know them. Very 80s, I guess. They have a very 80s vibe to them. You have the face to say my face is worse in my neck. Maybe it was about that. I've seen some crazy. I've seen stuff there that I know, Cass. By the way, welcome to the stream, Cass. But like I said, for the next 2 weeks, it's hard for me to start something. I have the show. There's going to be live practices. I'm going to have to end soon or start late or something. It's tough. I'm sorry. I know probably it's not the same thing. But this is have I I'm pretty sure I haven't I'm not hatching anything right now. And am I pretty sure I'm not hatching anything? Oh, okay, I am. I did not make the same mistake. Also, I got ideas for videos. I was finishing editing the one for Tuesday, and I have recorded the one for next Friday. So that's cool. Like the 2 videos that I need for the week of the show are recorded. I just need to edit the final one. The second one, it's gonna be my biggest hopium or copium or crazy thing. Oh, that would be so cool. Just as long as you have 29 eggs and 1 flame body Pokemon, it should be able to hatch in the box. Yeah, next Tuesday it's gonna be a video about future, present explaining the past, and then it's gonna be a very hopium focused and a video that will either be well received or goddamn I'm gonna get some hate, but that's fine. And tomorrow is gonna be the new Dex one. So those are the next 3 videos. The new Dex one, the one where we explore the present to explain the past. The actualism thing or whatever the name. It's in Portuguese. It is called atualismo, so I'll call it atualism. Pretty sure that won't be the name, but the geology thing. Yeah. Hello, Goofy Sticky. Welcome, welcome. Tell me the name of the Squirtle that you wanted to, like, what name did you want to give the Squirtle? Because we have one, so I can name that one. I just forgot about it. A lot of popular artists here, yeah, was there with the Rickroll. Well, I'll be there. Rick Astley is incredibly talented, though. It really is. I'm not saying that the Toppers are not. I don't know. I never heard them. But Rick Astley has some really cool things. Something I was thinking of doing, Soul Link on Mondays. I could do something like that. I would have to think about it, as, you know, like, The only issue that I have with that is that it's one day only. But I can do it. Yeah, it's only one day and I have it decided. My practice is usually on Tuesdays. So it wouldn't affect the thing. I think we could do it. What game were you thinking, Cass? What game were you thinking? I will not be hatching anytime, you know? I will not be hatching all the time. I'm giving up this like 2 weeks. I need this next 2 weeks because I need something easy to just set up. If you want some after that it's gonna be something different. So I'm fine with doing the Soul Link on Mondays. Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. That makes sense. I don't mind that, Cass, at all. Gen 5. Gen 5! Gen 5, Cass! Why did you choose the worst generation of all? I can do that. I don't know if I should praise Ace for remembering that or scold him for not having asked Gufir. I asked him. I did ask him. Midas, alright. I'll get the name here. And I will name it after. Alright, I can do that. Welcome, welcome, moves. Welcome, welcome. It's fine. I've been well. I hope you've been well as well. And I'm not remembering your name though. Have you changed your name? You have to have changed your name. You have to have changed the name because I am not recognizing the name. Oh, the 420 should have told me. The 420 should have told me that. I knew it. I was thinking about that. The 420 should absolutely have told me. That has been the most consistent part of your name. That has been the most consistent part of it. How are you doing, man? How have you been doing? Bum fluff, by the way, everyone. A bag of bum fluff right here. Okay, I will change the name eventually. Gen 5. I can do Gen 5. It's fine. Just a lot of work. That's fine. Lots of work. It's good. I mean, usually it's a good thing. I'm just happy that you're good. As long as you're well, life's fine. Lots of things. I don't know. Like we're doing a shiny living dex. So we've been hunting Squirtle for like almost 2 weeks. So it is what it is. I'll have a live show next Friday. So not tomorrow, but the next Friday. So I'm just gonna be hunting Squirtle until then, and then everything changes to better stuff. We did a Ultra Sun Ultra Moon Nuzlocke, an Ultra Sun Nuzlocke randomizer. We almost did it, but we failed, of course. And I failed at the last totem, so that's something. I'm almost finishing the novel, or getting to the end of the novel, and I got back to creating the card game. So, just a bit of the usual, honestly. I've been here all the time, you know? I'm just happy that you're doing well. Like, whenever someone doesn't appear for long, I know that sometimes, you know, you don't want to be on the stream. You just want to do something else. But I always worry a bit. There's a lot of people that have been around and stopped and then come back and then stop and all that, and I'm always worrying like, oh, I hope their life is doing well. Like Zane, for example. Zane, whenever he comes around, Zane goes hard on the stream, but whenever he goes back, hope he's doing well. Same thing about Tyrant, for example. Tyrant is one that I always question myself because he's always changing the name on Discord and all that. I'm like, what's the kid going through, man? And you as well. I thought about you multiple times during your time off because I see you on Discord as well, you know. No, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I hope it's not coming off as that. I'm just really saying that as long as I know that you guys are doing fine, like do whatever you want, really. I'm never gonna be never gonna be, you know, like mad or anything. Nor do I have the right to be. My only thing is that, you know, you guys are awesome, and I hope you guys are always well. And yeah, then if there's no extra points from like crazy points from Negi, you're definitely gonna be the king. We're all awesome. We're all awesome. But yeah, getting back to the content part, Cass, I am absolutely up for Gen 5 Soul Link. For the usual 2 hours of the stream every week. I don't mind that. At the end of the day, we can just have some fun and have an entertaining stream. I'm fine with that. And yeah, the rest of the days of the week, we'll do something different. I don't know what. I'm still wondering, like, what will we do? But I'm hoping it's something cool, you know. We might just. I kind of like the idea that you actually had, like the one where you're doing a shiny star quest, and by saying it's the worst, I'm not saying it's bad. By the way, Goofy, it's almost a running joke at this point here on the channel. The reason why I'm not the biggest fan, or why it's the reason I dislike the most, is mostly because it's clearly made not to be like Pokemon a lot. It was trying to reach a different kind of audience than the usual Pokemon game, and it's a more edgy game. The story is amazing, but I feel like the gameplay and the way the game is doesn't say Pokemon to me. You know, it doesn't bring Pokemon, the colors, everything. It just doesn't scream Pokemon, and that's the only reason. It didn't capture me back then. It's that thing. It came during a time when I wasn't very into Pokemon. Do you think so? I actually feel like the region that that gets the most lately is I think it's Johto, honestly. Johto is praised, but the internet part of it's between Johto and Gen 5. Because Johto got incredible praise, and so it became like dunked on by every Unova fan. But then before, it's a cycle, you know, it's a cycle. I just think that at the time it did not connect to me as Pokemon, you know. What is a Soul Link? So a Soul Link, I've done one and it was incredibly fun. I've done one with Lazarix. It was an incredibly fun time at the stream. So basically, I play the game at the same time as Cass. And when it's basically a Nuzlocke, but the encounters are linked. So if I catch my starter, for example, it's randomized usually. My starter is a Gloom, for example. I don't know why Gloom, but a Gloom. And Kaz's starter is, for example, a Garchomp. Awesome. Then if my Gloom dies, his Garchomp dies as well. You know? And you keep doing this. And yeah, it's just a regular Nuzlocke with crazy extra steps. I actually finished. I think that is the only, it's very likely the only Nuzlocke I finished. It was a Soul Link with Lazarix in Heart Gold, where we've lost so many times, and there's so many crazy moments. We got a shiny, both of us, and the shinies become linked as well. It's crazy. It is crazy. It is really fun. Yeah, and it's super cool. It's to me when people say the Kalos Dex is the worst. I like the Kalos Dex. I like Kalos a lot in general. I'm so happy that Kalos now is like people are you know, like coming around for Kalos because it's a cycle. It's time to love Kalos now, and I'm very happy that that's happening because I always loved Kalos, always. Those were the two ones like that pushed me a little bit out. I'm very happy that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl exist because I can actually play the games without just being, oh, you know? And the games are good. I like them. That's why I want a Gen 5 remake. I want to see Gen 5 through a different kind of approach. I think the DS era was besides Heart Gold, because I'm just a very, very big into Johto. So I already knew Johto was good, to me, at least, my opinion. So, so I kind of was fine with Heart Gold, even though it was a bit sluggish and all that. There's a big charm on that thing. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. But Gen 4 and Gen 5 didn't speak to me the way that Gen 3 did or Gen 6 did, you know. And I think that Gen 5 tried something different that I think would work right now, just wouldn't work back then, you know? I think what Gen 5 did at the time just wasn't... People weren't ready for that, you know? That's my topic for tomorrow, actually. The thing that I talked about the other time on stream. That's my topic. It's gonna happen with every game eventually, maybe 5 years. Oh yeah, people... Alola, how will people justify the slowness, how slow Alola is in the beginning, you know? It is such a it is such a slow start though. Even if people come around, Alola has a great story, has awesome environments and all that, but the beginning, the start of the game, it is so slow. It is so slow. Would I be allowed to buy an event game from AliExpress so I can send event items to my Fire Red so I can have it on official hardware? What would be an event game? What would be an event game? I don't even know what that is then. But if it is what I'm thinking, I think I would allow it. I think. I actually think that I would, because you can also do that in Gen 4 and Gen 5. You can use the mystery gift. And you can use the trick to get the mystery gift items. And I would be fine with someone hunting Darkrai in Gen 4 or Jamin in Gen 4. As long as the hunt itself happens on official hardware and on an official game, that's fine by me, you know? Back then people were stupid. Now they're apologizing for having been unfair with the concept. I'm still... I know that concept is exactly the reason why it didn't click with me. I was at a time, a lot of people were at a time going through the phase where they needed nostalgia to be brought into they needed to be brought back into the franchise, and Gen 5 failed to do that because they tried something different. They thought that, oh, people are growing up, they need a story that is more edgy, and Pokemon that are more, you know, edgy as well, because they are more edgy, as in, you know, they have more edges, and that wasn't what was needed. What they needed was just nostalgia. At the time, that, like, I think what Gen 5 did nowadays would work incredibly well. They would make something incredible, and I think they will. I think Gen 10 might be the right game for it. No, it's Gen 10, it was Gen 5 and all. I think now is the right time, and then take us to another region in the post game or in DLC, and we have access to all the Pokemon, you know? I think now really is the right time to do it. Normally we only get the starter, monkey, and 2 routes before badge 1. And, I mean, it's randomized, right, Kaz? We would randomize the Soul Link, right? I only accept it if it is randomized. There's no other way around it. We either randomize it or we don't do it, Kaz. It is incredibly fun to do it randomized. As bad as it can be, because it will be very bad. I can only do it randomized, or else, like, I have to bring some fun to Gen 5. Find the cartridge with all the events. That makes sense. I'm fine with that. As I said, as long as you can, as long as the hunt happens in your Fire Red, you know, like in your Fire Red cartridge, I'm fine with it. I don't mind if it is just get the item, you know, get the item, get the old C map, you know, as long as it is just that. The old C map is Hoenn, right? Yeah, I think the old C map is Hoenn. But you know what I mean. You get what I mean. And the gift monkey is an encounter. Yeah, I know that. For a second there I was like, you know, I'm not gonna use the monkey. I will if I have to, but I don't want to. At least in Gen 5, the Pokemon should have the right moves. Yeah. I mean, they probably have the right moves in Gen 7 as well. I'm just very bad at what I do, you know? I'm just very bad at that. That's the only reason. I'm pretty sure that in Gen 7 they can have the right moves as well. But yeah, it's easier to randomize Gen 5, like 100%. It is a lot easier to do that. But yeah. Hopefully you get them. That's a tough hunt. That's a lot of points, like 80 points or something. I think it is 80 points, like for one Pokemon. That's crazy. It's a very hard to get Pokemon. But yeah, and the game won't die whenever an aura. To be fair, the game never died. It just became very close to. But it never died. It never crashed during a totem battle. I didn't believe that it would happen. Every single time I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, we're gonna have to start this again. No. And then bam, it worked. And I was like, yes. We can carry on now. We were very lucky because the only battle... Well, there was the last... It really did. It really did. It really did. But that battle against the... it was the Brionne. Yeah, the battle against the Brionne was so bad. It took so long, and we were listening to the whole... Oh god, that was the worst one possible. I was not enjoying it. I was not enjoying it for sure. It is what it is. We dealt with it. But yeah, Cass, I think June should be the right day for it. It's gonna be the 3rd of June, I think, right? June 3rd. Yeah. If you can, June 3rd, Cass, I'm happy to start it already there. Then it was like smoking crack for years and sobering. Oh, all right. Take your time. Take your time. Just let me know at the time. And during June and July, I don't think there will be anything too crazy. No, do it regularly. Do it as you would. Don't worry about it, Cass. The only time when it's gonna be hard for me to be here on Mondays is gonna be August. In August, it's gonna be tough because there's a medieval thing in the beginning, so I'll be streaming. I don't know, maybe like 3 days. A week tops, something like that, and then I'll have a live show at the end of the month. I'm gonna go earlier to the town because, I mean, I'll show you, but it really does feel like a good place for a very chill vacation. So this is where we're gonna be playing next. Well, not now. The next one is next week, but it's basically in a place like this. And why is that a gift? Why is this a gift? So this is this kind of place, and this truly does look like a place where you're gonna be chilling quite a while. You know, like it's a metal festival happening in the middle of nowhere, and it does feel like a place where I kind of would like to go earlier. This is a part of Paldea, yeah. This is technically a part of Paldea. And it's called Voladash and is in close to this place that I'll be probably visiting since I'm going there. It's close to this place, which is... Just a second and I'll show you. It's like... Judging from my look at judging at my at Google Maps, I'd say like 15 minutes, 20 distance, maybe something like that. I think 15 is more like it, maybe even less. And I can just visit this place and stay there for 1 night or 2 until we camp by the festival. Because I mean, it's that kind of place where we're being paid in food and drink. So I mean, they're paying us money as well, but they're also paying us in food and drink. As much as we want, so it's definitely gonna be really fun. Definitely gonna be really fun. So might as well just sleep a few days in the town, and then go back there and just camp there. It's free camping, so why not? Haven't camped in like 10 years or more. Last time I camped was at the festival, so yeah, might as well just do it. Why not? I don't know what the auction city is. Oh, You're talking about Porto Marinada, right? Porto Marinada is based on this one. No, Porto Marinada. There's one town. I'm not sure if it is. I'm not sure if it is Porto Marinada or if it is Cascarrafa. But one of those is inspired by this. Hello, Nagy. Welcome back. But yeah, one of those towns, either Cascarrafa, the one for the water gym, or the auction town, has a lot of different colored houses that are based on this. This is Costa Nova in Aveiro, and which is pretty cool. Weirdly enough, I've never been there, and I live in the same district as this, but I've never been at this exact part, which is cool. There's like some salt mines there and stuff. It's pretty cool. And the market itself appears to be based on this one. The market itself appears to be based on this, which I think I sent you a picture already when I was there, like a few months ago. But the market itself, where the auction is based on this. Yeah, the market itself is based on this. It's pretty cool. It's Mercado do Bolhão in Porto. How did it feel to have... I mean, it was kind of cool, but it's clearly more Spanish, you know? Like, Portugal and Spain are very similar, to be fair. Like, if you go to one place and the other, the architecture is very similar, so it makes sense that they would be similar. But it's clear that there was a bigger focus on Spain, because most people know about Spain and its culture. Not a lot of people know about Portugal and its culture. Because there are a lot of similarities, that's true. But there were a few references, and even the Treasures of Ruin could be a cool reference to how the Portuguese were the first to establish trade with the Chinese, for example, and Japan as well. The first Europeans. I think it was with the Chinese as well. I'm not quite sure. How did you pronounce it? I pronounce it Cascarrafa. If I was gonna go full Portuguese, it would be Cascarrafa. We do those, like those are our, like my name, for those of you who haven't heard it before, it's Rui, which is the same R basically. Nagy knows it. Nagy knows it now. No. Did you ever guess it? Did you ever guess it, or did you just give up on it? I don't remember now. Took a couple guesses, yeah. I used the random demon from Demon Slayer as the actual hint, and that, you know. Friendly reminder that tomorrow is the Incense Day in Pokemon Go. Can get Galarian off. Tomorrow? Is it tomorrow? Cannot be tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is a Friday. Tomorrow is a Friday. Yeah. I'm thinking about a word. I think it's the same. I think you might call it more pronounced, but we also, it's less classy. I would say it like that. It's less classy, I think. You know. Surprisingly, Sword and Shield aren't that dear to my heart in terms of representation. Kind of wish they put more influence from Wales and Scotland. That's the thing. I kind of would love more Portuguese focus, but I like what they did. Like, there's a clear Moorish inspiration from when the Moors actually dominated most of the Iberian Peninsula. There's a cool Roman inspiration from when the Roman Empire was like also here as well. You have the ruins that look very much like Roman ruins. I like it. There's the whole Asian part, and there's a big history between the Iberian Peninsula, more specifically Portugal, and Asian countries with Japan and China. As I said, Portugal owned Macau for a long time. It's just been given back to China recently. They're, like, I liked how they built the whole thing, you know. I like the way they did it, yeah. But there's not like I can look at things and be like, oh, that's you know, that seems to be that, you know. And you know. By the way, I meant when the games were announced, when you heard it was gonna be based. Oh, I was very happy. I made a whole bunch of videos straight up, Goofy. I went crazy with the videos, just exploring everything. I was like, this is my first actual main series game as a content creator, Goofy. So I was going crazy with this. Like, my first games were Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl and Pokemon Legends Arceus. That's when I started the channel, right before they were announced. And those were fun, you know, that was a pretty fun time. But Scarlet and Violet, I had a blast with that game. Talking about Portuguese history, Portuguese arts, and Portugal in general, you know, even Spanish stuff that I was learning about just by researching and stuff. I was having the time of my life with that thing. I hope they do another one, you know, just because of that. I had a blast. But yeah, there was a lot less than I thought there would be, you know. Like I said, clearly the focus was Spain. But the inspiration was the Iberian Peninsula. I would absolutely have loved to see more, of course. Like, there's a pretty cool reference. For example, Alfornada. Alfornada is clearly one that is inspired by what's its name? By the Moors, because al means do in Arabic, and we have a lot of towns named Al something, like Al Jesus, Alentejo, Algarve, and all of those were under Moor control for a long time. And Alfornada is exactly that. And there's also some in Spain, of course. But the cool thing is, like, look at those the older sprites there. Nah, it's almost that, but it's actually this. It's actually this. Yeah, look at the old sprites there. Look at the old sprites, and then look at this. I'll show you that. Okay, there's a cool place here that has this is the best way to see it, actually. Look at this. This is Alfornada, and that's one of the oldest, well, at the time, one of the oldest malls in Algarve. They had the whole thing, like, it's a very simple thing, but it's pretty cool to see, you know? Like, it's something that nobody would think about that, you know? Nobody would think about that, but it's pretty cool to see. Like, very, 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 very cool. And there's more. I'll show you more. Screw the Squirtle. Screw the Squirtle. Let's talk about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. There's more about like there's a lot about this, like Algarve also has a whole bunch of like chimneys with lots of what's the name? Oh, I'm forgetting the name for Bombardier. Why am I forgetting the name? Of storks. Lots of storks, and you know, you have Bombardier, and it's a very common thing to see these kinds of chimneys with storks on top. It's a very common thing as well. And it's all in Alfornada. Let me see more. There's a thing here with all kinds of different ones. Yeah, these all are. This is another one in Alfornada. Clearly, Alfornada is a very. Alfornada is a definitely very very. Yeah, Alfornada is a very very Portuguese thing. There clearly was a focus on the south of Portugal in Alfornada, you know. And even in the player's house, you have the tiles, and tiles. Portuguese tiles are incredibly famous. And yeah. I think the game lost a lot because they didn't want to make things too complicated, you know. I think that really is one of the biggest issues. Let me see if I can find something else. Oh, another case. This time, instead of Algarve, we're going to Albufeira, another place that was under Muslim control, and it's the and in the and there's the Armillary Sphere in Albufeira as well, and this is in Alfornada. That this town had a lot of the southern part of Paldea had a lot of Portugal, because, you know, there's a lot of it there. There's probably more. See this why can't I get the image? No, they're not letting me download the image now. No. Yeah, they're not letting me download the image now. Sad. Very sad now. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, I'll show you. I'll send you this. Like, if you guys want to check the rest, there's a whole bunch of them here. There's a whole bunch of them here. More than I actually realized. I might just make a video talking about this, because why the hell not? Yeah, it's beautiful. There's 12 more. Like, what the hell aren't they doing? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them here. Could have been fixed if you could go inside of houses, but maybe Pokemon finally understood home invasions. They were like, yeah. I think there's a lot of people just, you know, going for home invasions now, but might as well not do it. Yeah, they don't connect it to the Mercado do Bolhão. Alright, sure. Yeah, I think one of the what's its name? One of the commercials was actually filmed in Portugal as well. Like the city one was filmed in Barcelona. But I might just do it just because like eventually, not now. Like I'm more on different kinds of videos type of thing, but yeah, I might do it eventually. I've been thinking about exploring older regions, and just say where they are based on and all that. So I would kind of enjoy that. I don't think it is a hot take. I think I like how the Pokemon look. I love the textures. I won't deny that. But I think that with Game Freak, that tends to be a way to that tends to show more of the flaws that the game has, you know? Like, I feel like you could hide a lot more in a game that is stylized, like, with this amount of, like, the style, the charm, and the art style, the art direction of Sword and Shield, of Legends Arceus, of Let's Go, you know? You can hide a lot more things in a game like that, and when you go, like, super more realistic in a game where you can see so much more because it is an open world game, you open yourself up to what's about home? Maybe there is maybe it isn't. Maybe you can actually do that in Spain. I don't know. In Portugal you cannot. Just saying. We're more civilized here. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see the country being referenced that way. It's just good to see that. And we're not gonna get anything else, you know. That is it. There's nothing. There's never gonna be like a full Portuguese region or anything. So we got ourselves. We got Paldea. That's awesome. Even the name Paldea is super cool because I always saw it instead of Pokemon Aldea, as people said talked about. I always saw it as the goddess with the P to give it the Pokemon thing, because all is the and dea is goddess in Latin and all in Muslim, in Arabic, and both things together. Both those cultures actually had a hand in the Iberian Peninsula, in developing the Iberian Peninsula. So you have the Muslim side with the D, and the dea with the Latin part, and it's the goddess. People talk about Aldea, but the thing is, Kitakami means the northern god, and I think they kind of tried to do something like it. You know, I think that's the reason why I think the meaning is the goddess, because Kitakami is the northern god. And I think it's pretty cool. Like, they use both cultures, the languages from two cultures that had a heavy impact in the Iberian Peninsula to create the name of a region, Paldea. Love it. I think it's pretty cool. At the time, I made a prediction for the region's name, and I called it Alux. So all was right. And the reason was that I was trying to say, like, it was delight, you know? All and looks. But I failed. But I got the all right. I got the all right with the same thought process. I could have gone for Palux, and that would be very, very close to it. That would be very close to Paldea. At least kind of close. The first three letters would be close to it. I would like that. That would have been a very cool thing. I actually had an article written about the video about the prediction. I remember. There was like and Violet. I cannot find it, but I received yeah, I cannot find it anymore because it's been a long time. But I actually had an article written about my video. They asked me for permission and all that. I don't think I ever told you guys. It was a long time ago, to be fair. It was before Paldea was revealed. But and they asked me, like, "Oh, we like the video, like the thought process. Can we write an article and reference your video?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Why not? That's pretty cool. That's awesome." It is not like every single one. Like, if you think, for example, Kalos is beauty in Greek, and the game is about beauty and all that with Lysander and all that. The thing is, I was reading about I was reading about the in Lysander Labs and all that, and it's not just beauty that Lysander goes after. He kind of wants to save the world by stopping overpopulation, you know, in a very weird way, because he's trying to kill everyone, but that's his goal. He thinks that people are ugly and they cannot control themselves, and they will consume everything, every resource, and that there's no way to live in harmony. So he tries to just, you know, cut a chunk of people. Ah, I didn't keep the egg. No. I'm gonna talk about that on next week's video. Yeah. Yeah, I think they always have a little, like, Kanto. Okay, Kanto is Kanto because it's based on Kanto. It's based on Kanto, the actual Kanto region in Japan. So that one, okay, I'll you know, it's that. Johto, I think there's nothing like cool about Johto in terms of the name. I don't think there's any like story about it or something. No worries, Goofy. No worries. Take your time. Take your time. I don't think there's anything about Johto, but I might be wrong. I know there's Ishu, which is Unova, and Unova is just Union and New Nova, so that kind of goes for New York, which is a base of scene of Unova, so that's kind of cool. I like how they trolled theories about Terrapagos being a female due to the region being shaped like a turtle. Oh, I never bought the turtle one. Was the one from the Galapagos thing or not? I always saw it a lot like it. Like someone seeing the same thing in different points in time. Like Heath was with Terrapagos the same way that Briar was with Terrapagos, the same way that the professors met Terrapagos. And it reminded me of that image of Darwin and Steve Irwin or something, you know? Oh, we'll be in Fatima. That's our like Christian town, basically. I've been there before. I'll pull up a picture. Our Christian municipality. It's all about like Christianity there, basically. It is really the town for that. And it's also a beautiful town, by the way. It's in no way, shape, or form. Like, there's the sanctuary. That's where the sanctuary is. That is where the sanctuary is, but like, this is a picture of Fatima, not in the sanctuary part. It's a very medievalish town. Like, we have a lot of these, and they all look great. Like, I'm gonna be in one of these like tonight because because of the festival. I don't know if you're gonna be in this part, Matthew, but I cannot call you Matthew because then we have two Matthews. I'll call you Bag of Bumfluff anyway. I don't know if you're gonna be in this part because it's a big place, and I've never been at that part, by the way. I just pulled up a different one because usually it's more of a sanctuary. Like, everyone that goes to Fatima goes to the sanctuary, which is something more like it, like this. I'll show you in a second. It's more of big church kind of thing, you know. I didn't even know they had that kind of thing there. But if you can, just take a walk there. Just take a chill walk. Enjoy Portugal. It's a cool place. If you have time, just go for a chill place. Go for a chill walk. Have a pastel de nata if you can find one. Just have a pastel de nata. I mean, you have to, after all. If you're in Portugal, you kind of have to have one. And yeah, have a good time. I know it's work, but if you can find the time to go for a pastel de nata, just do it. They're not the best. That's not the place you're gonna have the best ones, but you're still anything that you see that has eggs, you know, like if they say it's like if this appears there, if these words appear close to something, it's probably gonna be good. Really bad for you, but really good. And then there's the pastel de nata. You have to have one if you come to Portugal. So if you can, just do it. But if those words show up next to a pastry or some kind of sweet, man, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be really good. No need to thank me. Hope you have a good time here. Even though it's work, I hope that the time that you have off work, just go for it. Yeah, it could have been that. The thing is, I didn't even know that Terrapagos was full on male. But apparently, the Pokédex says that there once were a lot of them. So you might be right. Like, it's just based on exactly that. Like, there were a lot, but then they discovered the male, basically. So it kind of makes sense thinking about it that way. Because supposedly there were more Terrapagos in the past or something. It was a Pokemon that lived in Paldea in the a long time ago and all that. But then they disappeared or whatever. I don't remember the Pokédex exactly. I haven't touched any Scarlet and Violet stuff in a long time. Like lore related stuff. But the species is 50-50. Okay. Man, that means that we could have more. There could be more Terrapagos out there. Could it be that Legends Each Way will bring Terrapagos once more? Have us catch a lot more of those? That would be cool. But yeah. I don't know. I had something say, someone comment on my video about Alola and Galar and being a Alolan Legends game about them believing that Paldea would be the next one to get a Legends game. I don't think so, but part of me wouldn't mind it at all, you know? I would like to see, like, maybe we would be part of the expedition or something, or around the time of the expedition. Even though I don't think we'll ever be playing through any event that we know of. I don't think, like, we'll see them reference, but we'll never play an event that we know. That will never be the focus of any game, basically. I think they will always be like something new, or never truly what we would expect from that kind of game. Which is kind of sad, but you know, we have the stories, and the story will be similar. I think that's as I said, I'm gonna talk about that next week, and as always, here I am spoiling part of the video. But I think the cyclical nature of Pokemon kind of means that we will live through those events, but on a different time, basically, which is cool. Not as cool, but it's cool. Cool enough, I guess. As long as the game is fun, and with the Legends gameplay style, it's hard to not make the game fun. After my work trip and let you know how it went. Peace out, y'all. Thank you so much for being here, Bumfluff. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful time, and yeah, I'll see you whenever you have time to be here, and that's absolutely fine. I hope you have a wonderful time here in Portugal and a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you so much for being here. It was nice seeing you, and goodbye, my friend. See you on the next one. The last thing about Terrapagos being female was Area Zero being an extremely hot and tropical environment, and turtles tend to hatch females when temperatures were warm while in the egg. But yeah, it turns out the gender theory was a good train of thought, just not the right path. They didn't want to do that, basically. That's the only reason, right? That's the only reason is that they did not want to do it. Man, I'm still thinking about so many things, like the tree. You know, like the Herba Mystica, the tree itself. There's that game. The Paradox Pokemon themselves, like what the hell? Like Koraidon and Miraidon, are they legendary Pokemon? Like technically, in the actual sense of the word technical, they are a legendary Pokemon, but they're also not. You know, they're not part of any Legends of Paldea or anything. They're just Pokemon that came from another world. There's no legends about them. Nobody saw them. Only Heath saw them and talked about them in the book that people did not even believe was real. So people are not telling legends about them or anything. It's such a weird thing. Like if Koraidon and Miraidon are legendaries, then technically the other Paradox Pokemon would be. But they're not. I don't know. It's so weird. I mean, their powers kind of make them feel like legendaries, I guess. But and then there's a tree. There's the Glimmora. Like, what the hell is going on with Glimmora and Glimmet? You know, like, why are the carving down there? Is it just because they're crystal stuff? You know, diamond-like things. I don't know. That game was. I don't know. That game was a game that I loved playing, but also a game. Yeah. Lore-wise, they're not, but like a lot of them are. Like Mewtwo technically wouldn't be a legendary Pokemon, right? Mewtwo is just a man-made Pokemon that game-wise is a legendary Pokemon, but not lore-wise. Like technically, only the birds are the legendary Pokemon of Kanto. There's no legends about Mewtwo. Mewtwo is a recent man-made Pokemon. I don't know, it's such... But Scarlet and Violet is a game that bothers me, and I kind of like the mystery that now we have around Scarlet and Violet and the lore of the Rastal, of Terrapagos as well, the Treasures of Ruin, all of that stuff. You know, everything is so, you know... And I took a look at Lockstein's video, and even then, you know, like... It doesn't feel like anything is complete after. Even after watching a very... or a part of a very thorough video, it still doesn't feel like it's complete in any, like anything is explained, you know. And that is likely the way they want it to be. Well, not likely. That is the way they want it to be, but I know it's strange. There were so many theories about that game. Like we theorized about pretty much everything, like everything regarding Scarlet and Violet was part of a theory somehow, or at some point in time, and eventually they just it just ended. When I felt like there was more to, like the Peach Pokemon will bring something cool. Nope. It's just it was cool, but it was just another story. Mewtwo is legendary lore-wise because of its story, but compared to other legends, it's not as lore-heavy. It's one of the pyramid in terms of. I don't know. Like, who knows about Mewtwo? You know. You don't hear You hear tales about, oh, there's a strong Pokemon in there. You cannot go in there. When talking about the Cerulean Cave, but there's no legends technically, right? You don't hear anyone during the gameplay talking about it. You know that something destroyed. Like, it's a recent thing. It's like 2 years before the events of the game or something. But I could see it being at the bottom. But I know, it's strange. It is just strange. Like, who else is at the bottom, you know? Like, because you literally hear one person talking about Mewtwo during the whole game. And it doesn't talk about Mewtwo. It just says there's a strong Pokemon in there. Like, you cannot go there or something. The guy that's protecting Cerulean Cave. It is the OG legendary though. That's the legendary that for a while you used to compare to other legendaries. I think it is a legend just because of the Pokemon that it is now, you know? Like, it's a real world legend. But it's hard for me to see it as a legend, you know? I don't know. It deserves to be a legendary just because of what it is, but story-wise and all that, it's the only one, sure. It is the only one, the only Mewtwo that exists, supposedly, you know. There's the whole many Mewtwo's, like the Kalos one and all that, but they're likely the same one. I don't know. It's a complicated thing. But hopefully, hopefully one day they do it. You know, they pull the trigger on some Cantonian legendary that we can say, like, even the Galarian birds, we talk about them being possibly the first legendaries, the first birds. So that would make the Cantonian birds, you know, like secondary to the Galarian birds, to their Galarian versions. And, you know, like, Kanto needs a legend. Is Kanto just not a legendary? They went full on with the whole you know, tradition versus progress kind of thing, and so Johto got the true legendaries, and Kanto got the meh legendaries. Because even Mew is technically not there. Like, Mew technically is part of the Cantonian Pokédex, but it is a Pokemon that you can only catch first in, like, Hoenn or something, right? Like, through an event. I'm so confused. Is the Old Sea map in Hoenn or is it in Old Sea map? Also, let me see what they sent. Oh. I'm not sure if Gaz is still here. But I definitely do Gen 5. Just replying to Kaz. Yeah, I can definitely. I would go for that, basically. I was just replying to Kaz about the Nuzlocke. I'm just seeing. But those you can actually get. Okay, just realized I got a little bit lost now. Just you know, mm, off topic. Oh, that's the same thing. You know, that's the kind of the hardest part of streaming. That I always found is that you cannot really just shut up. In my experience, and whenever I end, I don't watch a lot of streams. You know, it's not kind of my thing. I not really want to watch. I watch some TCG content creators from time to time, like Tricky Jim, awesome guy. Love watching his tabletop streams and stuff like that. But most of the time, I catch them after they're done, and I just watch the VOD. You know, like a peasant. But sometimes I do catch up one stream from him or something. I'm not very much a stream guy, but one thing that I noticed whenever I try to, I'm gonna watch a stream, if they are quiet, then I'll likely just not stay, you know. So the thing that I always found hard is that I cannot stop talking. I have to always have something to talk about, even if it is nothing. Even I'm just talking about nothing in order to lead into something different that I can talk about, I have to keep talking. And I know it's tough, like this turtle part, I know it's boring. It's boring for me as well at this point. I'm still thinking like, okay, tomorrow is still gonna be this. I'm just not gonna deny it. I'm gonna do this tomorrow. And I'm still thinking like, should I do something different? Should I give up on this and do something different next week? Even though I know next week, like I'll have practice on Monday, on Tuesday, likely on Wednesday. And Friday there's no stream because I have to go to the, you know, do the whole sound check and all that, and I'll be there late. I know that, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's you kind of cannot stop talking, and it's nice to have, like, when people are more talking back, it makes it easier, because when it's just you talking, like you as in me, you have to think quite a lot more. Like you have to really, you know, go hard on the rambling. But yeah, I'm also kind of tired of this, of course. I was thinking that, like, okay, I don't mind shiny hunting, of course, but egg hunting is not as fun. It did not have Ligma. No, not at all. It did not have Ligma. It's actually super cool. Like, the sound is incredible. I haven't tried it connected to an actual amplifier because mine is very small and old. I'll just try it next Saturday. But damn, and the guy is clearly very passionate about like setting up guitars and all that. Like, when I left the guitar there, the guy was like, "Did you come here for the last setup?" And I was like, "No, I went to I gave it to a friend of mine that takes it to the place he goes in Aveiro." And I was like, "Don't take this the wrong way, but never go there anymore. Don't ever go there anymore." And I was like, "What the hell?" You know, and he started pulling out all kinds of weird, like, measuring things to measure, like, the distance between the string to the fretboard and the pickups to the strings and all that. And say, this is 1.6. It should be 1.3. And I was like, oh my god. Okay, I will never go there anymore. You know, like, and then I left the guitar there, and the guy did his thing, and it was super honest as well. Like, I asked him to do something called shielding on the guitar, which is like, you gotta put some aluminum or copper inside, so it reduces the noise, basically, because it conducts everything differently or whatever, or it just seals the sound or something like that. I don't know. I don't understand the technical part of the whole thing. And I was told to do that, but you know, like, I didn't, because there was like a feedback issue with the guitar on a few tournaments, and on a few tournaments, on a few live shows. Like, the last time we played on the place we're playing next week, for example, there was a big feedback thingy going on with my guitar, and my guitar is fine. And I, you know, a friend of mine has similar, like, the same brand of guitar, and he's like, okay, you can do this and then do shielding, and it will be top. It will be amazing and all that. Okay, so maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the thing that will reduce the noise. And I was like, oh, sure. So I want to do the shielding and all that. And the guy just was like, so what's the issue? And I was like, okay, there's a little bit of feedback and something like that. And he just brought like a monster amplifier, like a huge amp, something the size of a wall, and he just pointed my guitar into the amp's direction, played a few, strummed a little bit, and I was like, nah, that's not a problem. Like I can get you the shielding. The guitar kinda could use some because this one is not very good, but I don't think you'll need to do it. And it could just have, you know, that would be an extra 25 euros for the guy, you know, just for the shielding. So he could have just taken it, and it was like, in a year or something, you can come here, and I think you'll probably need the shielding. For now, you do not need it. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, you know, like you could have just done it. No, it didn't. It just no, just did what he had to do, nothing more. And that was pretty cool. I thought that was a really nice thing. And I don't even know if that's like his job or something, but clearly like he has a whole garage dedicated to like guitar stuff, you know, building guitars and changing stuff in guitars, you know. It has like a huge, like, doing paint jobs in guitars. It's crazy. Like, the guy clearly loves that thing. He's also a music teacher, apparently. Maybe a guitar teacher. I think it's very likely a guitar teacher. There was some sheet music there, and I looked at it. I was like, huh, cannot read that, but it doesn't know. And then the worst part is when the guy just starts saying like, okay, like, yeah, check it out, see if it's cool. And you're like, you have to sit there and get the guitar and just like, you're like, yeah, oh, it's nice, yeah. And it was like, what kind of music? Because I was playing some blues things, because it's kind of chill, and you know, I don't want to start there, you know, like going full on metal. Yeah, my accent just is not very good for words like that. For those kinds of words, my accent is just not the best. I can tell you that already. There was no shit music there at all. It's sheet music. There was a partiture there. But yeah. And the guy's like, oh, you're playing in the band? I was like, yeah, metal band. And he was like, oh, you're playing just that? Don't you want some distortion or something? And I was like, no need for distortion. Just I was like, yeah, let me go. I have a stream to start in a while, and I got late. I got here late because of that. But because then there was traffic. Like that whole thing happened during rush hour. So yeah, I had to fight traffic in order to get home and stream. So it started later than usual. Oh well, it is what it is. But now I have the guitar. It feels amazing. I'll try it out. I actually try it out next Saturday in the morning, and then I'll be playing a control deck on a TCG tournament, and that's gonna be my Saturday. It's very likely going to be Monday morning. I don't know, edit something, maybe write some lyrics. I don't know, whatever I have to do. I don't know if I'll have any orders. Most likely I will. A lot of people have been saying like, oh yeah, Friday for to contact me for to order some lyrics. So I'll probably have a few to write. I'll write them, and then I will a morning deck. That's one thing that I cannot do. Build my deck and write my set list in the morning. I did that last time, and I got a game loss because my deck wasn't liking the deck list. I wrote like I had 2 of one card, and I only had 1. And no, I wrote that I had 1, but I put 2 in my deck, and that was bad. Like the card that I took off, that I mistakenly took off, was a good card for me. And I was playing the game, and I was like, okay, this card shouldn't be here. And I called the judge, and the guy gave me a game loss, but it let me fix the deck, so that was cool. And I could have won that game, by the way. I ended up tying the game, but I could have won it with my Fair Alligator weird rogue deck, but I ended up tying. Oh well. But no, it's cool. Like, I'm gonna be playing one of my favorite decks from Scarlet and Violet, ever since Scarlet and Violet, the Tinglu deck, which is awesome. I really feel like the format is shaping up to be. So I'll you've played TCG, so I will show you the way. Let me see. Ting-Lu EX. So I'll do you a little bit of lesson in Ting-Lu. Okay, I told you about it. All right. So the idea of the Ting-Lu deck is simple. The only problem is fighting decks are already known to be very slow decks. That is the big problem with fighting decks. And that is the big problem with Ting-Lu as well, because it needs 3 fighting energies to attack. There's no like one fighting and 2 colorless. It's just 3 fighting energies. And the only way you have to accelerate, like the only right way to accelerate, is with Koraidon EX, which you can just get 2 energies from the discard pile onto one of your basic fighting Pokemon, but it ends your turn. So the way the Ting-Lu deck operates is basically you have to have the first turn of the game has to be perfect. And that's the thing that makes Ting-Lu not as good, because it can easily not be perfect, you know? But you have to get 2 fighting energies in the discard pile, 1 Ting-Lu in the active, and hopefully a Koraidon in the bench. That is enough to give you the turn, because you get the 2 energies on Ting-Lu and it's perfect. If you want the game to be even more perfect, then you not only get 2 energies in the discard pile, but you are attach 1 from your hand to Ting-Lu, so that gets Ting-Lu with 3 energy. That's awesome. 3 energies are enough for Ting-Lu to attack on the following turn. It deals 150 to the active and gets 2 damage counters on one of the bench Pokemon. And then it has the ability. Pokemon with damage counters, except Pokemon EX, don't have an ability if Ting-Lu is in the active spot. So that's a very cool control deck that deals damage. I love that deck. But it's super slow, and 150, that's not crazy damage nowadays. Nowadays you have Pokemon with 330 HP, like Charizard, which are EX Pokemon. But the thing is, if you just keep putting damage on the board and just slowly building the damage, because then you have Radiant Alakazam, which can move damage counters from one of your opponent's Pokemon, like 2 damage counters to another Pokemon. You can kind of build a way to have every single Pokemon with enough damage counters for you to use TM Devolution, which is a tool that devolves every Pokemon on the field to their on the opponent's side of the field to their previous evolution, or the last card they had. So if they use Rare Candy, it will be their basic form, their smaller form. And then the damage that is piled up will affect those Pokemon. And if you play well enough to be able to get enough damage to KO the Charmanders and the PJ, then you'll be awesome. You'll be doing super well. Hello Zodu, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. I was just having a bit of a TCG talk here. Just having a TCG talk. Yeah, but that is the Ting-Lu deck. And it stops many decks. Because Charizard is strong, but decks that beat Charizard started growing. And while Ting-Lu is not that great about Charizard, well, Ting-Lu is good against the rest of them. Been having quite a good day, you know. That's awesome. That is awesome. Hope it continues. That is the only way to have a day. It's having quite a good one. Or that should be the only way. Yeah, Ting-Lu is a very cool deck. Also has one of the best cards ever. Look at this thing. I'll put it on screen for you guys to see, but I don't have it. It is decently expensive, but look at this beautiful card. Yeah, I was talking about TCG because I'm gonna go to a cup or a challenge. I'm not even sure, next Saturday, and I feel like Ting-Lu will be the right pick there. And that card looks incredible. I want to know more. Of course I do. Of course I do. Perkzerk is just incredible. The name itself is awesome, and like I said, I wish they pulled the trigger. They didn't. They went for Perkzerker. Awesome. I love Perkzerker, but what's the idea behind the Perkzerk plan or thing? Will it be a strength in numbers? When was the last time you played? I played it like 10 years ago or something, and then I got back recently. Well, by recently I mean Damn, it's been a while. I've come back in Lost Origin, I believe. Astral Radiance. I came back in Astral Radiance. Oh, Burning Shadows. Okay, that's before my that's during my my off time. I played it during the Black and White and X and Y era. Then I stopped playing. Didn't play a thing during the Sun and Moon era or the early Sword and Shield, and then came back in Astral Radiance. I bought some stuff during like Chilling Reign and stuff like that, but I only really came back when I bought the booster box for Astral Radiance. And now I'm very into the TCG right now. Very, very into the trading card game. You wish, then. No shiny missed. No worry. No shinies were missed. I don't get shinies, then. I get turtles. Regular turtles. Blue. Burning Shadows was one with the Charizard as well, right? Oh, that is a bad one to fall in love. If money was a problem, then falling in love with Magic is, after. I mean, it could be worse. You could have fallen in love with Yu-Gi-Oh, and then you'd be you know, you'd be having a tough time when it comes to your wallet, because Yu-Gi-Oh is always going to be the most expensive to get into. You know, as far as I know, Magic, in order to play the game, you don't need anything too crazy. It might happen, but nothing like crazy. Like Yu-Gi-Oh, a meta deck from Yu-Gi-Oh is just, you know, a house. You have to give away a house for a meta deck in Yu-Gi-Oh. Pokemon is so cool now. I think Yu-Gi-Oh was a lot better before. I played it before starting the playing Pokemon TCG, and I played in a few tournaments at the time and all that. Things got too, I don't know. I just talked about you today, Zane. I just talked about you today. Thank you so much for that, man. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. I just talked about you today. God dang, how are you doing? How are you doing, Zane? Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the resub. Thank you so much for that. And how are you doing today? Like, oh, just, I don't know, like half an hour ago, maybe something like that. Or an hour ago or something. I was talking about that. I was talking like, oh, I hope that everything is fine with Zane, and talked about you, talked about Tyrant, and you know, just that even when the people don't come to the stream, I hope they're doing fine. Let's turn him into turtle. I don't want turtle soup. Not from the Squirtle. I hate them. I hate them more enough to not want to eat them. Then 1K, that is crazy. My most expensive deck at this point is probably something like, it's a Pokemon deck, so it's, I don't know, like 30 euros maybe. Pokemon is super cheap right now. Getting into Pokemon is awesome right now. Sick? It seems like, well, it makes sense. Every time you're sick, you have time, so you come to the stream. That actually makes sense. It's something like, you know, like what kind of sick are you? And how's your knee? It was a knee, right? Pretty sure it was a knee. Like, how's the leg in general? I have some other expensive cards. 3 Wheel of Fortunes. I think they're around 200 bucks. I have a few expensive cards as well from my previous collection. They like cards that they used to be worth nothing. That now they're kind of worth something, but they're not worth a lot. Not 200 bucks, I think. I have some like some recent, like, you know, like oh, I got it. It was itch. Strep throat, so it hurts whenever that sucks. I hate that. Because even the things that sometimes people tell you to like honey and things, like, even that feels like it burns the throat. It's not fun to deal with. My knee is basically healed all the way. Oh, that's awesome. Don't you feel anything like when it's cold or something, or when it gets colder? I still do in my ankle, and it happened way before you. Even like a few days ago, it went from like sunny to, you know, a few colder, like 2 or 3 colder days in a row. And when I woke up in the morning and just stood up, I felt like, oh, that, like a sharp pain there. Like, I was like, oh, I'm old. I'm feeling old now. Oh, by the way, Zodo, because I have to show off this thing every time someone from the TCG side of things comes here. I have this thing though. From 2014, I should have two of them. One from a finalist one, but this is a semi-finalist one. But I have one from my days. Wait, I don't have any new ones. There's no regionals now in Portugal because there are money prizes now, so can't have that in Portugal. But yeah, that is one thing that I'm very proud of, Zodo. Very proud of. I was playing Yveltal Garbodor at the time, I believe. It only hurts when I lunge a squat. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you know, that makes sense because you have to flex the knee and all that. I can kind of do that. Like, nothing that I do hurts me. Okay. No. I like, something hurt me right now, but I tried it on the other leg, and it simply hurts. Sure, I shouldn't be doing that. So I think it's only just randomly, like random pains in the bone. You know, random bone pains. Something that I thought that I would have, you know, like at 70 or something, but I have them at 30. So who knows? Life is a mystery all the time. Sometimes you get older faster. Berserk is a metal magic card, love that can only target a cat unit. Oh, the target cannot be destroyed for the remainder of the turn and it's too powerful for each unit. Oh, the Berserk is actually the, like going Berserk. Like the Vikings went after they had shrooms and stuff, right? So it's basically a metal shroom for a cat. I love that. I love that so much. A metal shroom for a cat. Love that thing. I played Magic for a while at the time. I played Magic for, like, when I was attending at university. Like, Magic was there's always someone playing Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh, because I started playing TCGs at the time. And I tried Magic. I played the Rat deck at the time. It's fun. It's a fun game. I wish I had more time to get into it, but I'm too deep into the TCG and other projects to have time to go into another TCG. I'm actually making a card game myself at this point. I can't learn anything more. I have to stop learning skills for like 5 years or something, so I can finish every project of mine, and then maybe I can learn a new skill, as in Magic or something. But I've heard about Commander. A big member of the community, Lazarix, plays Magic. He loves Magic, and he talked about like Commander a lot when I was discussing stuff with him. All I've been doing this week is build Legos and play Minecraft. I feel like a 12-year-old. How does it feel to be a 12-year-old but actually have the mind of someone older? Do you like your 12-year-old self? Are you happy with your 12-year-old life? I really like the idea, Odd. I really like the idea. I really, really like it. I'm gonna go back to it, to my card game soon as well. I loved it. I like the idea of, you know, like lots of creatures coming into the field and all that. And my friend told me, oh, this is the deck that I have. I think you like that, and I did. I did like that. But he had some weird one as well. I remember he had one that decreased my life points as we were playing. Like, it didn't have to attack them. They would just decrease with time. Like, I would lose 1 point or something from time to time. I don't remember exactly. Like, the order of things in my life, TCG wise, was first Magic, then Yu-Gi-Oh, and then Pokemon. Because I collected cards before. Like, I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff like that. But I never learned how to play the game, like actually play the game. So what I did was I just collected them and played it the way that I thought it was supposed to be played or something, but it wasn't like that. And then a friend of mine, like, we stood there for like a dinner or something, and before we went to dinner, we just did that, and it taught me Magic. And then a friend of mine taught me Yu-Gi-Oh, and I was playing Agents, and I was kind of enjoying it. But then I met the Pokemon community of the TCG store, the local game store we went to, and I just stood there, you know. To this day, like, a lot of them are still there. They never left. They played Pokemon from 2013 or something, around that time, 13, 14, to now, and they were playing it before, so they never really stopped playing Pokemon. Of all the people that played at the time that are still there, only one still plays TCG and doesn't play Pokemon. I have to do homework now. I'll be here probably in a month when school has... Thank you so much, and well, thank you so much for simply stopping by and just resubbing with the... Like, come on, man. You know you don't have to, but it, as I always say, it means the world that you at least did not forget about me. To just stop by and above all, like, sub or something. Like, what the hell. Hope you have a wonderful time, Zane, and hope that you heal from your strep throat words. And I hope that you have a wonderful time until next month. I'll be here, most likely. It's June. I'll be fine here in June and July. It's only August that's going to be sloppy. Spotty, not sloppy. What the hell? Thank you so much for stopping by, friend. Thank you so much. See you when I'm able to see you. But yeah. I really like that Yod. Really do. And I'm at the point where I'm very... I want to go back to the TCG, but I have to finish the rest of the things first, or else I won't be able to stop anything. But this week is tough. It really is. I haven't touched the novel in 2 days right now. Yeah, 2 days, because of trying to actually have enough content for next week or something, you know. Because if I don't have things ready, then I won't be able to like, next week is gonna be tough, so I have to get things ready to not stress out too much. We'll see if things go well, but so far so good. We have 2 videos for next week. I'll just have to finish them. That's fine. We have the next week ready. I have shorts until Wednesday, but I have every card I need to record shorts Monday for 9 days after Wednesday, so that's cool. I'm waiting for the Superior that I think it's coming from Belgium, actually. No, it's Ireland. Yeah, the Superior is Ireland. There was a card that came from Belgium recently. I don't remember which, but something came from Belgium. Yeah. If other people also wanted for Discord server, we could maybe have a new section that we could show off for teams we use in the Hall of Fame. We could. I can do that. Yeah. By the way, Zodo, if you want, and please tell me that you weren't here before and I'm forgetting, because that happens and it's never cool. It's never cool. But if you want, you're always welcome to join the Discord. Or check out the YouTube channel as well for some nerdy Pokemon stuff. Leak free, of course. I forget that I need to promo myself as well. By the way, fun fact that I've told to some people here on Discord, here on the channel. On the URL for my YouTube channel, there are the letters T-U-G-A that spell Tuga. Tuga is actually the other way to say Portuguese. Like, you can say Portuguese or you can say Tuga. It's like a very informal way. So it was a random URL, so I'm very happy that YouTube got that one right. I am Tuga for sure. But that was a fun thing that I did not expect would happen, but it did. Cat units are the only units which animal category is mentioned, due to also being the only unit with a signature shared playstyle. So Berserk is more of a cat support and just metal. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I thought about having something similar because the Kisa, there are also more Kisa in the world. Basically, there's not just the forest Kisa. There's also mountain Kisa, and there's also desert Kisa. So I'm thinking about swapping the, like, having forest be a like, just saying with Kisa in its name. I think I'll have something like that in the card. Instead of being like, for like gains +1 attack for every forest Kisa on the field, it's gonna be like for every gains +1 attack for every creature with Kisa in its name on the field, on your side of the field or something. No animal is unique to one element. Don't get me wrong. No, I didn't think about it. Yeah, no worries. I didn't get you wrong. But that's the thing, like, most of my creatures are unique to one element, but Kisa are not. The only issue that I see is that eventually, it might make the Kisa deck incredibly broken, because if you can call a whole bunch of cats to the field from various different things, you'll have like really strong creatures. The only thing that makes me think that maybe it's not that bad is that every time you wipe one, the others get weaker. So technically, it wouldn't be that that bad, you know. It will kind of still work in a good way because they don't get too strong. I think they get like a 5-5 max or a 6-5 or something. And then yeah, if you get 4 more, you get like 10s and 9s and stuff like that. So that's pretty strong. But I do believe that it's only mountain and desert, I believe, though, because there's no water Kisa, for example, or sea, ocean Kisa. There's nothing like that. And instead of Kisa, the Skygland, the Shadow Isles, in a way, have Scruggies, which they're all dead. There's only one left, named Woe. People named it Woe. I love the lore. That's my favorite part, is making the lore, which is the book. So that's kind of cool. I'm thinking about adding a short story with every deck as well. Every expansion pack. Like a very, very short story. Let me just pick up this this thing. Give me just a second. A good way to balance would be to make them rare but diverse, so that yes, you can make a full Kisa deck, but we'd like at least 3 elements to make it fluid. Yeah, that's the thing. They will have to need more elements, and that's the part that could make them like change the deck itself, because Mountain Kisa would need a Lapis stones, and the Desert Kisa would need. Now Mountain Kisa would be the ones needing Ignis Stone. And the other would need Lapis Stone, so they would have to build a deck with 3 different kinds of stones. So they would have to kind of. So do they prefer the support from the Folium Mythos, or do they prefer the support from the other mythos? You know. That's kind of the way I'm seeing it. By the way, this is the last batch that I'm hatching, and after that, I'll wave you guys goodbye for today. It started hatching right now. Wasn't expecting that, but there we go. So this is the first egg of the final ones. But I'll do that exactly, because it can change the deck a lot just by having different kinds of support cards for them. Because the leader of the pack is a Folium card, and the leader of the pack can be used in the Kisa card, so they will have to have that. Or maybe I just leave those to the Forest Kisa, because those are the ones that are in the city. So I kind of like that. They're in the city, so they control that like that. I'll think about it. No, the card game is not for now. Whenever I'm done with the editing part of the novel, I'll focus on the card game for a while, since the proofreading will be a slower process. I'll focus on the card game for a little and just try to make, you know, as many cool things as I can. And I think it's going to be another Shinyless Squirtle hunt. So what a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. I think this is the 4th one, right? So we have one more after this one, and then we're done with another Squirtle hunt, which is Bane. It's going to be. We're done with another day of Squirtle hunt. We're not done with the Squirtle hunt. No. That doesn't happen. Okay, that was actually the last one. Alright, I gotta remember to get the cards. Get the cards, not the cards. Get Squirtle out for tomorrow. See ya not tomorrow. Alright, not tomorrow. See ya next week then. I'll be here tomorrow. 7, 8. Yeah, I need to clear up things before starting the stream tomorrow. I'll do it at the beginning of the stream. It's always a good time to just relax for a bit. Yeah, if not tomorrow, then good. Awesome weekend to you, and thank you so much for being here, everyone. It's been a pleasure. And it's fine. We'll talk on another day. That's the way it is. So thank you so much for being here. It has been a pleasure. I'm gonna go watch some street theater now, which is gonna be awesome. Not now. I'll have dinner first, but I'll watch it after. I'll send some pictures, of course. It's probably gonna be beautiful as always. So thank you so much for being here. It has been a pleasure as always, and I'll be here tomorrow.